how is it that you as an individual see the meaning of life with the Quran? Because remember, yesterday you were supposed to say if you woke up and you were a Hafiz al-Quran, you memorized the Quran, what would you do? What would your life be from that point?
The Quran.
Continue to recite the Quran. Okay, what else?
Wait, are we continuing with if I woke up and I was a Hafiz question?
That's right. You remember that.
Okay.
All right. So what would happen next?
After you continue to recite the Quran, I'd help family members.
Good. Alhamdulillah. You would help family members. Okay.
Especially my sister, even though I don't think she wants to do it. What else would I do? Those are like the two main things. I know I'll pray longer surahs to Allah, since I memorized all of them, and du'as, since I memorized all of them. That's all I could think of.
So you would do that if you were a Hafiz.
If I was a Hafiz, yeah.
You would help your sister.
Help my family members.
Help your family members to learn the Quran.
To memorize the Quran. Yeah.
To memorize the Quran. You would also help yourself.
Yes.
Now, is it fair to say that you do not need to be a Hafiz al-Quran to help yourself learn Quran?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And what do you think it would take for you to do that?
A lot of practice and reading the Quran every day.
Very good. And if you did decide that that is the case, how would that change your relationship with maybe your sister or your family members or your classmates at school? Or would it have any...
For like reading the Quran every day?
Yes, for reading the Quran every day. How would that change?
I don't think it would change a lot at school.
Okay.
Because at school it's like the first thing I have to do, except for like praying during the day. My sister, I'd still be friends with her. I just would read the Quran every day. And I don't think much would change with my family members. I think my mom would be probably proud of me, like more proud of me if I like reading the Quran every day and be happy for it. But that's mostly it.
Okay. Is there a possibility that you obtain this idea from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Jalla Jalaluhu? Is that a possibility?
What is Jalla Jalaluhu?
He is the most majestical and He is the most noble. He is all noble and He is all honorable and He is most magical, majestical. He is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is Jalla Jalaluhu.
Probably.
Yeah. Very good. And is it also a probability that, being the case, most honorably, again, Jalla Jalaluhu, you being the main, or Him being the main motivation for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that, first of all, it needs to be defined what a Hafiz really is. What does it mean that you have been given this honor by His Majesty, Jalla Jalaluhu, His Majesty?
My mom says a Hafiz is a person who learns the Quran, memorizes it, and Well, that's mostly it. That's all I know for now.
Okay, so a person who learns the Quran
And memorizes it.
and memorizes it. Okay.
I heard people. I've heard. I know that my mom sometimes watches Hafiz recite or say surahs or duas from the Quran to people at the mosque. At a mosque.
Say that one more time. Your mom listens to people.
Watches.
Your mom is
Watches Hafiz.
Okay. She watches.
Sometimes.
Okay. So this is like the basic mainstream definition.
From what I know, what a Hafiz is.
I'm saying what it is, okay? Like what you define to be a Hafiz.
Yeah.
This is the most basic.
Basic, yeah.
Yeah, Jalla Jalaluhu, of course, is one of Allah Ta'ala's attributes also. Ya Dal Jalali wa Dal Ikram. Excuse you. Anyway, this is the most basic, but the term Hafiz means a retainer. All right?
What is a retainer?
A preserver.
Okay.
All right? And this individual is preserving the word of Allah in their heart. And their heart was made purified by the endorsement of Allah to retain that. And because it's in the heart, it affects the entire makeup of the body of the human being. Because there's, the heart is a muscle. If pure, the entire body is pure. But if the heart is insincere, or the heart is impure, the disease of the heart there, it spreads all throughout the body. Okay, so a real Hafiz, they have retained not just one or two or three or four ayahs, or one or two or three or four, portions, surahs, or from some para, some juz to another juz, they just memorize that, they say they have Quran. No, that's not Quran. The Quran is the entire, from beginning, where Alif Lam Mim Dhalika al-Kitab al-Fatiha, all the way to Surah Nas. So you're retaining that. And again, it is in your heart. But the jobs of a Hafiz is probably going to be more, elaborative. But rest assured that even so, like the term Hafiz, even defined as I just clarified for you, okay, the retainer, the preserver of the Quran, is the least amount that this Quran offers to us in this life. Okay, do you understand that? To be the Hafiz, the preserver of the Quran today, what this Quran offers, all the people that you hear about, praying behind or watching on TV, all of that, as much show as it is for one who simply has memorized the Quran like this. This is the lowest thing. This is at the very basic minimum level that the Quran offers to us in this life. Seriously.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions other things that the Quran does for us as a result of us living by the Quran, not memorizing it, not mere just memorizing, no. So the guidelines, the bylaws to govern our social infrastructure is all in the Quran. If we use that, then we're not going to be at the $31 trillion deficit that America is in, because we abided by the laws and the bylaws of the creator of heaven and earth. So this is what we're talking about. But anyway, it is very interesting. And now realize one last question. That is, when the people have taken to the Quran, right? Is it a problem that people have not taken to the Quran in your opinion? People do not know the Quran. Is that a problem for you, or do you think there are additional problems to that? And if so, what are they additionally? Just think of 3 things maybe.
You're asking me if people who do not know the Quran are a problem.
I'm asking you if it's a problem that people who say they believe in the Quran do not know what the Quran is saying. Is that a problem?
Technically, yes, since they are lying.
Okay, you believe that they are liars.
If they say they believe in the Quran but they have not read it or do not know what it is, yes.
Okay, we will leave that for a moment there.
Also, one question. You know how my sister said that how like Muslims about the Quran being like homophobic? Did you say being gay is okay for the Quran if you just be a Muslim and read the Quran and pray to Allah?
Okay. You know what happened is that you come up with a lot of different misinformation, miscommunication, misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And in every instance, whether it is good or bad, there is a lesson to be learned in it.
Mm-hmm.
Homosexuality, which by definition means gay.
Gay world.
Right?
Yeah.
Some definition of gay has nothing to do with homosexuality.
Yeah, no.
Nothing at all.
No, yeah.
So why are they one and the same all of a sudden? It doesn't make any sense, does it?
It doesn't, yeah.
Thank you very much. But when they did that, they took out the truth about the actual act of homosexuality and for what it is to equate to the wrath and the punishment that Allah mentions in the Quran about that. The people who claim to be in the actions and acts of homosexuality today, even if they knew of those and where they are destined for, because those who Allah Ta'ala mentions, that's where they headed, they will say, no, we're not gay, we're not homosexuals. Understand. Now, where is the bottleneck? There's a bottleneck. You know what a bottleneck is?
No.
Okay. A holdup. It's tight like this. It's like when your sink is clogged up to where there's something that is stopping the water from going through the pipes. There's a bottleneck.
Mm-hmm.
What is the bottleneck? The bottleneck is the homosexuality which people have today does add the element of sleeping or having intercourse, same-sex intercourse. This thing specifically and particularly, same-sex marriage, for example, right?
Yeah.
No.
Not allowed in the Quran.
Listen, it is going to lead eventually, if people stay on that route, it will lead to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished the people in the Quran for, which was
enforcing
think about it, exactly, forcing themselves on others,
on the
intimidating. They were robbers, they were bandits, they were aggressors, along with the fact that, and so what made them get to that way is the same sex thing. But this is what I want for everybody to get a small glimpse in understanding. Do not make your stance against what you have today, which is still at the early stages, quote unquote, even, how as explicit and crazy it may sound, do not eliminate the family love between Muslims. Mm-hmm. Brothers and brother to brother are supposed to be lovers. in the eyes of Allah because they are united by the love of Allah. Those who are united by the love of Allah, if they're man and man, is that homosexual?
I don't know.
Is it gay?
I don't know.
Could it be considered gay?
I don't know.
Okay, now that's where the bottleneck. Do you see where the bottleneck is, though? Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see it now?
Yeah.
Don't eliminate the Quranic cultural brotherhood between family members of Islam, Muslim citizens. This is the problem. Specify what exactly was the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Explain to the people that this is where we are. This is where we are heading, so that they can understand clearly why this is not our way. Why Allah Ta'ala did not specify this to be our way, but He specified it to be Muslim, Quranic, civil unity, brotherhood.
Wait, you're saying... So
What I'm saying now is, for example, you and I sitting here talking and enjoying the remembrance of Allah. This is gay.
that's considered gay?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we feel real happy, real at ease. Two same-sex talking about things that are making them, really connect even deeper to each other. It's very,
Scared down.
I mean, it again, right?
Yeah.
But this is what Islam. This is the bond of brotherhood that the companions had for Prophet and the Prophet had for his companions.
Okay.
And Muslim siblings are supposed to feel this, right?
Yeah.
And those who are looking at it from, this is all just, you're never supposed to, you're not supposed to, why is this, why is that?
So Allah is fine with people...
Listen, when you go to the masjid, or, particularly at the masjid after Jummah, you don't see men and men, women and women hugging each other.
No, I do see that.
Is that considered gay? Is it an action today that don't same sex couples, don't they hug?
They do hug.
And isn't that the same
everyone.
action? Like everyone hugs, right? This
So
is
I think considering younger kids, I don't think they think that's gay. Maybe like some people might think that's gay. I don't think.
What would you say to the assertion that people in the masajids, in the Muslim countries, particularly, will get together after Jummah and they are hugging, but they actually have intercourse with each other? What would you say to
sex?
that? Yeah.
You said that same.
No, but what I'm saying, here's it. You have a hug.
Okay.
In which same-sex couples do.
Okay.
Opposite sex couples do.
Okay.
Everyone
does it.
But it still is what? It still is considered as... Is it an intimate action?
I mean, I guess.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's, as a matter of fact, the hugging, loving is between siblings in Islam is... What is all this?
That's just my...
So, in Al-Islam, this is encouraged, to have more love for your brother than you do even for your own self, for your sister. Want for them better than what you had wanted for yourself. This is the selflessness, like when the Muslims... Would you stop this thing? So, understand this. The action of sexual intercourse, same sex, whether you consider it a whatever type of, relationship on paper, it does not matter. This is no. But the love of siblings in Islam it is gay, but not the action of homosexualism.
Okay, so
So do not put the two together and therefore eliminating which you already have done through other means, brown community, Arab brown community, right? Division. So this is what we're saying. But no, make it very clear. We definitely know of the people of Lut, alayhi salatu was. A very popular name in the Quran is Lut.
what does that mean?
The Prophet Lut, alayhi salatu wasalam, was the one who was sent to the Sodom and Gomorrah, the people who were of this homosexual nature, or of homosexual way. And this is a name Allah Ta'ala mentions in the Quran, but today Muslims do not use it. You do not hear many people, their name is Lut. The next one is Hud, the Prophet Hud, who was sent to the people of Ad. So he actually has a surah, an entire surah named after him. But you do not hear Muslims using these two names very much.
About?
Well, hey, my friend, you will have to, you will have to go to the abstract on the channel. We definitely did do the abstract on it, and that will give you. I think we will stop here. Subhanakallah, Allahumma.
Wait, hold on. So Allah's fine with people being gay.
Allah, as a matter of fact, Allah Ta'ala wants
people to
listen to me. Listen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants for us, we Muslims,
to show love to each other.
He wants for us to come together only for His pleasure, only for His love, only for His compassion, only for His hope, only for His remembrance. This is Allah Ta'ala encouraging us, that the only ones who will get of my love are the ones who came together for my love. The two who will be put under the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's throne, or the two who used to come together for the love of Allah, and they would be together for the love of Allah, and they would separate with the remembrance of the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is better love and intimacy than that?
Okay, so he's fine with that, but he's not fine with same-sex couples having sex.
He said He did not create you and me to be the sons or offspring of two men or of two women.
Okay.
Does that work? Two men, two women?
I don't think that can.
It does not work with human beings. It does not work with animals either, does it? So why Allah Ta'ala created us? He created Adam and He created
Eve.
Hawa
or Eve.
giving us a model of how He has created us. This is what grew. They're calling us al-Islam. Why would we reject that to create our own, let me put these two boys together, let me put these two girls together? No, we do not want that. We want to make it very clear that the love between Muslim siblings, Muslim citizens will not be deterred or disrupted because of the lack of information for the people of Lut. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammadin wa barik wa salamu alayhi.
وبارك السلام عليه.
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون.
سبحان ربك العزة
عما يصفون. وسلام على المرسلين.
والسلام على المرسلين.
والحمد لله رب العالمين.
والحمد لله رب